huge character and attitude by the players. We've had a really tough end to 2 games a week for 12 weeks, 14 weeks really from the start of the season. That's 26 games in 14 weeks, and we finished it with 4 away games, tough, and we've had suspensions, injuries and unavailability, and the lads have dug deep today. And I thought first half we were really good. I thought we were really effective, played some good football, hurt them down there left, our right. Again, got in good 1v1s on the other side, won loads of seconds, passed the ball intelligently in midfield. We didn't capitalise on it. They get a penalty. Look, it is his hand, but when Tommy Marshall's crossed it, their player's hands in.
Green on it there too. I can't even tell what that blue colour is on there, Tosh. Is it like grey?
Hello and welcome to Bracken Moor for this Northern Premier League East commentary between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Belper Town. I'm your commentator Adam Allcroft for this match today, and well, it's going to be a good one. It's always a cracker between these two sides. First time I saw Stocksbridge actually win at Bracken Moor was a 4-3 victory where Stocksbridge came from 3-1 down to beat Belper. It would actually be Chris Hilton's last win. So the teams are walking out now as Stocksbridge come into this game though with a problem. This is their first league game since their front trio of Alex Hardwick, Jack Haslam and João Silva left. And they're only facing one of the best teams in the league that are currently towards the top of the table. They are currently second in the table with a massive goal swing, meaning they could go top though, but it's very unlikely. At least we hope it's very unlikely. So, you know, no biggie for the Steels players today. Anyway, those Steels players are, so we'll go through the team. Ben Townsend in goal, then Tom Charlesworth, Jack Tinker, Curtis Turner, Elliot Owen, Paul Iggulden, Danny Deakin, Alex O'Connor, James Mollis, Oliver Grezlak and Tommy Marshall. The benches: Jordan Lemon, Ash Butterworth, Jack Dolman, Dan Hernandez, and potentially making his debut today is new signing from Guiseley, Miguel Valsao. For Belper Town, it's a team that has a few familiar names in it, but we'll start with Kieran Preston, then it's in goal, then it's Laryl King, Louis Keenan, Mason Warren, Jack Broadhead, Owen Evans, Keelan Swales, Curtis Burrows, Luke Rawson, who led the line for Stocksbridge last year and was our top scorer last season, Terry Aiton and Nat Crofts. You will notice their leading scorer, Harry Draper, not in the lineup today. On the bench is Nathan Whitehead, Lewis Austin, Keaton August, Paolo Aguas and Ben Rhodes. So the referee, Mr. Robinson, is just taking the ball into the middle of the pitch, so we'll get the handshake shortly. Stocksbridge on Tuesday night, we're in cup action, but games in hand worked against the Steels. Dunstan's win that night against Carlton moved them into 5th place. It knocked us out of the top 5, so the Steels will need to be back on it today to get a win and to move back into it through those positions, but they couldn't have a trickier opposition to try and do that against than Belper in 2nd place and looking to get themselves back on top of the table. Well, so it's just a fancy Curtis Turner doing his handshakes in the middle. Jack Broadhead is the man leading Belper today. He scored against Stocksbridge for Worksop Town back in 2022 in that 4-1 win for Worksop in that game. He's now back at step 4 with Belper. Very, very good defender. So Belper will have the kick-off. Curtis Burrows, the man standing over it. Referee making his final few checks. And here we go. So back to the goalkeeper Kieran Preston, who sends it long as Belper got it underway. Long ball is caught by Ben Townsend. So Belper Town in the all-wide kit with some great flourishes. They're kicking from right to left, while Stocksbridge Park Seals are in their yellow shirts, blue shorts, blue socks, kicking from left to right. Ball goes long, head away from Morris, falls to Charles, straight forward, look for O'Connor, but head away. Charles will fight for it again. Big volley forward, which Marshall might be able to get an end off. He does, but he's offside. Puts it in the middle, going behind Morris, but caught offside there, perhaps because he wasn't expecting such a good ball in the end, and now he'll be back for Belper for this free kick. We will, of course, keep you up to date with all of the score lines as Kieran Preston gets this game quickly underway, but it goes over Keelan Swales, who's already played against Stocksbridge twice this season for Bradford Park Avenue. He'll get his third attempt today. Jack Tinker will have this throw in now. Thrown to Turner, then back to Tinker, who will knock it forward. Marshall tries to flick it on, and Grejlek trying to chase onto it, but it's cleared away. Preston's clearance was deflected. Turner got it forward to Morris, then back to Deacon, then to Turner, who's looking for Grejlek. Grejlek was offside. Curtis Turner just not quite thinking there, but Morris is going to rescue it and keep it in, so this attack is still going for Stocksbridge. Playing back, looking for Tinker. Tinker, first touch, takes it to left, drills across in, falls to Morris, pushed it away by the defence. It's Mason Warren with a crucial last-ditch tackle to avoid James Morris from being able to tap in from close range. Stocksbridge starting off well already. I remember Steels having so many chances in the first 10 minutes over at Christchurch Meadow, the Rhaegar Stadium as it's known now under its current sponsorship. Luke Rawson for Stocksbridge missing those chances. He's on the opposite team now as Atam tries to get to the right hand side. No one there. Grejlek's dropped deep to collect on the halfway line. Will go forward with it. Look forward, but O'Connor can't get to it. It's intercepted, and Swales keeps it in on the right hand side into the middle to Burrows, who knocks it over the top. Headed away by Owen, but it's only going to go back to Belper. Collected here on this, in the middle, then overlapping here is Lewis Keenan, who's just going back with it before he's going to find the former Steel Nat Cross, and he's just kept it in after a challenge from Charles, and now Nat Cross will get it onto his right, puts the cross in, look at the far side, and the sarcastic cheer tells you everything as the Steels fans are giving him a warm welcome back to Bracken Moor. Capable of the spectacular, to say the least, Nat Crofts scored quite a few stunners while here for the season. Second spell after an initial low spell under Chris Hilton. But the second spell, there was always the problem where, yes, he would 20, 30 yards out, but if he had a chance within 6-yard area, often somehow it would conspire to end up over the bar. Townsend drills that ball long. Looking for Morris, but headed away, and then Eagledon will head it right back, but the first onto it is King, who headed forward. He's going to try and turn this into attack, and he's got a bit of pace on him. Grejlek back to defend, the ball just beyond Swales though, and now it'll be cleared by Owen, and now it's going to be fought for by Morris. Chests it down, going to the left, can't keep it in, and it will be Belper's throw-in. 4 minutes gone, it's 0-0 here. Updates from some other games. Ashington have lost their goalkeeper already to a red card. Daniel Staples has been sent off. That's at home to Liversidge. And Emley are leading against Bridlington Town. Nathan Curtis, the scorer. He can try to put it in the middle, but it's intercepted and forward to Atem. Tried to find Rawson. Big 50-50 won by Eagledon. Gets it forward, look for Morris, but that was read by Broadhead, who tried to get it down that right-hand side. Goes to Tinker, who clears it off Swales and gets the throw-in. In the Premier League, Justin Cliver has put Bournemouth ahead against Wolves. That's from the penalty spot. And Frank Lampard's spell as manager of Coventry has got off to a bad start. Matey has scored for Cardiff. Ball's currently back with Preston. But we are going to have a stoppage because I think the ball's flat. So it'll be the Wimbledon style new balls please, and we'll have the game underway shortly. Not the best kick, it's gone out into the stand. And Ian Richards, who has gone to get that ball, can't reach it. He's taunting Ben Goldstraw, or Pete's son, for not coming out to get it. Ball goes long from Preston. Tinker heads away. Be read by Broadhead. First time passes back to Tinker. Tinker's going to take this opportunity to charge forward, using his pace, finding Grezlak just a bit too far for Grezlak. It was a good idea, just didn't have that final, deft of touch, and it will be a throw-in for Belper. King thrown over the top, goes to Belper and they knock it forward. Townsend's going to have to rush out and didn't judge it right initially and made it a bit more of a panic than maybe it needed to be, but it is back in his arms now. Frantic start to this game as goes forward, but only back to King, who will give it back to Preston. And he'll send it long, looking for Atem here, but Iggulden heads it away, back to King, takes it down well, looking for Swales, finds Swales. It's a good ball on the right, the attack going for Belper. Cross in the middle, looking for Atem, but it bounces before going into Townsend's arms. Belper able to turn midfield positions into attack very quickly. In a local fixture, Harry Jessup has put Answorth ahead against Hallam. 1-0 to the Ambers. Ball forward. Headed away for it to get to Marshall. He's not going to win that header with Owen Evans there, and Swales will fight for it on this right-hand side. He's still quite deep as he tries to get beyond Deacon, and he will send the ball forward. And Iggulden reads it well, but he can only knock out for a throw-in. Just maybe Owen and Iggulden being a bit too close to each other on that occasion and not being able to help each other redistribute. So a throw-in here, and it will be taken by Laurel King, this throw-in. Wolves have equalised against Bournemouth. Jen Steiger Larson, the scorer. Big throw into the box. Owen heads away to the edge of the area. Grezlak clears. It's blocked by Burrows. Goes back into the box. Owen heads it, and Atem collects in the box. Back it goes to Cross. Trims the cross in. Rawson goes for the header. Head away. Here comes a volley from Swales, and it's blocked before it can reach the goal. Good play from Belper. Throw in to the Nailers now on this left-hand side. Big throw into the box, headed on across the 6-yard area, and that was dangerous, but in the end goes out for a goal kick. And now to Owen, who takes a touch and drills it forward, but blocked, but back with Deakin, thankfully. He's going to take some time before it goes back to Deakin, and then sends it long, looking for Morris. The offside flag is up on him though, and it will be a free kick. So just as Ashington came, it's the centre-back Ben Williams who will have to spend pretty much 90 minutes in goal against Liversidge. It's actually Liversidge who we faced when Jack Cook, the defender, had to go in goal after their own sending off. In fact, they still have their lone goalkeeper in because of that free-match suspension. Preston is going to be giddy as he takes this free kick after Morris is offside. Long ball forward there. Owen heads away and Deakin controls it, but he's got his back towards his own goal here as he sends it forward now, looking for Grezlak. He's been marshalled well off the ball though by King, and it goes out for a Nailers throw on the halfway line. Majority of the possession has been for the away team so far, as Warren tries to get it right aside, but Tinker intercepts, knocks forward to Deakin. Deakin takes it forward, and he's going to carry it forward a bit. Slips it through now to Morris. He's in a crowded area. Back to Deakin, now back to Morris again. Back to Tinker. Heavy first touch, but slows it down and returns it to Owen in the central defence, and then all the way back to Townsend. Belper's shape remaining solid at the moment. Now big ball forward from him, looking for Charles, but head away by Keenan, and Marshall going for it, but the high foot from Marshall will be penalised. Seems like every time Stocksbridge get the ball forward, an offside or a foul seems to stop him from being able to keep it forward. Remains 0-0 here. As a shock scoreline is happening, Ossett United, second bottom, are beating top of the table Cleethorpes Town. Joe Crosby has scored for the Sheepycorns. It means if Belper win today, they could go level on points with top of the table Cleethorpes, only goal difference denying them the top spot. Preston sends it forward, goes over Deakin's head, but Rawson can't control it. Will go back, King will keep it in and send it forward looking for Swales. Deacon trying to cover it here, goes beyond him, and Owen will send it away and out to play for a Belper throw. I'd say Belper currently edging this game. Now as King has this throw in. Wait, and it's going to be the long throw from Laryl King, and here it comes in, high lofted ball in. Owen heads it away. Greshlight likes to be the first on it. He is, touches away from King, then sends the ball away, but Warren is able to intercept to stop a counter attack. Back with King, but well in from Greshlight. He's going to go out for another Bell throw, though. Greshlight is insistent that King took the last touch. Carlton Town are ahead against Brighouse. Nathan Watson has scored from the spot. Ball forward's going to go into the box. Townsend claims it, and that will end a fairly well sustained attack. Bournemouth are back ahead against Wolves. It's 2-1 there already. Milos Kirkes, the scorer for the Cherries. Poor ball forward, goes straight out for a throw, and Belper will get the ball back. And Stocksbridge are struggling to make things stick up front. We saw Stocksbridge make a lot of chances on Tuesday night against Nostelman's Welfare, but only 2 goals. It should have been a lot easier than that, really. A whole new front three, really, with Tommy Marshall, Greshlight and Morris having to learn how to work together. And it might just take a bit of time for that just to gel. We've seen that a bit today with attacks not going as well as we'd like them to. Well won by Turner, and that's going to let Deacon move into some space. Knocks it around looking for Greshlight. Greshlight trying to get to it, but it's well blocked off by King, who's having a really good game at right back so far. Wouldn't let Greshlight get anywhere near the ball and was able to just allow it to bounce out for a throw-in. Coventry, by the way, Frank Lampard's Coventry City have equalised against Cardiff, so we'll stop the mocking for now. We'll see if it resumes later. Deakin looks for Morris with the ball, appeals for offside, and it's given again. And the linesman over on this near side, Mr. Sutton, is starting to become enemy number 1 at Brackenmore. 3rd offside of the game, and they are close decisions. They're one of those that they're so close that we are not risking having to go at the linesman because, well, he might show us a video later that makes him look very smart and does look like an idiot. And I can make myself look like an idiot quite easily without doing that. Hello to Suoko saying, come on Stocky, give me a reason to drink and celebrate tonight. I know you don't need a reason. As the ball goes forward, looking for Morris. Bounce over his head, Marshall gets a touch and he knocks it long over to try and get past Evans. He has to hold off of it, gets it on the left-hand side, Marshall, still on the ball, moves it back to Deacon, then moves it to Turner, urged to shoot, does shoot, near post save by Preston, and then it's a poor clearance by Evans, and it's going to go out for a corner kick. Turner could not resist the urges of the crowd, and he looked for that near post, but Preston was equal to it. And that's the worrying message I've just got, is a shot for a shot. So that's 1 down. Though we do encourage you to drink responsibly. Here comes the corner. It's going to be from Curtis Turner. Looking for the far post throwing, but Preston does well to claim it. He needs a man on him if we're going to do that sort of corner. Preston, long ball forward. Charles, header comes off the back of Atam, and it will be a throw-in to Stocksbridge. And the linesman takes his time with it. Atam's not particularly happy, but it's completely correct decision. Charlesworth now, and Liversidge have taken quick advantage of the man advantage. Desmond Ampenser has scored for them. And it's a bit of head tennis, but falls to Turner, knocks it over the top. Marshall will look to beat Keenan for pace, but it's just going to go to the edge there, which Preston's able to clear. Tinker will just allow that to bounce and go out for a throw-in. Stocksbridge have just bounced back quite well after some initial pressure from Belper. time from Tinker. Throws it forward. O'Connor heads it on. King blocks it, but it's going to fall well for Morris, who just gets tackled, but it goes out play for a throw into Stocksbridge. Quickly taken down to the left, and Grezlak tried to control it, can never get that bouncing ball, though under his spell, and it ends up out for a goal kick. Obviously, we've got plenty FA Cup action today. We'll try and keep you up to date with some of the interesting scorelines if we see something that's particularly noteworthy. I believe that is an upset in the making, and Crawley Town are 2-0 up on Lincoln City. And I've just seen Shawumni as a scorer, but that cannot be Enoch Shawumni, surely. I feel like he's long since retired. Preston ball forward, headed away by Owen, and Grezlak doesn't have the patience to get onto that, so King will just allow it to go out for a throw-in. Grezlak on that left wing role like he was Tuesday night, typically being used as a central midfielder, but it's something Ian Richards has done a few times, is use the livelier box-to-box midfielders as his winger. And that's a pub debate to whether it works. Throw it in again for Belper after the initial one was cleared. Ball goes forward, comes off the back of Rawson before it's cleared away. Warren keeps hold of possession, back with King, then back to Warren. He's going to try and just switch it over now for Keenan, and it's a nice low switch. Keenan first time pass, so he's poor. Charles with intercept, has to get it under control. Big booming ball forward is too much for everyone. Keenan's going to watch that go out of play. There's another goal at Molineux. Justin Cliver has scored another penalty. It's 3-1 to the Cherries. 18 minutes gone there. So Keenan, they're going. Luke Rawson is having a good old complaint at the referee. That is a familiar sight to see. As Keenan throws it long over the head of pretty much everyone, but Stocksbridge from Rawson have got the free kick. And Rawson once again complains at the referee. And if this ends up like his time at Stocksbridge, he may end up in the book for it very soon if he keeps on doing it. Nat Cross makes up the one-man wall from Danny Deakin. This will be a good chance to get the ball into the box. Big options like Eagledon knowing there, but no hard because there was. Goes quite a bit too far, that one, but Owen gets it back into the middle where no one's there. Jack Tinker just left that space as well, and Belper able to clear. But then back to Owen, turns well. Little back heel from Owen, gets it to Tinker. Now to Grezlak, gets it on his right, low into the middle. Marshall turns, Marshall shoots, it's blocked. Morris is going to try and take away from the keeper. He does, he rescues it, tries to find a man on the left. Grezlak puts the ball back in the middle, no one's there. Preston collects it. Wrong option from Oliver Grezlak, just lets it down, and there is a Belper man down in the box, and we have a concern with an injury. But can we just stop for a moment and admire that the centre-back, Elliot Owen, has just done the classiest little back heel. I don't think Sam Leary's here filming today. I wish he was, because I think we would have made about 50 TikToks with it. Belper player, we weren't able to identify him, but he is back up, so we are now ready for the game to get back underway. 90 minutes gone. So some more goals to tell you about. Jack Carr has scored for Liversidge. They're 2-0 up on Ashington. And Ossett are now 2-0 up on Cleethorpes. Joe Crosby has scored again. And Bradford Park Avenue are now 1-0 up on Sherwood Colliery. The goodest man, Jack Goodman, has scored. Ball goes forward, look for Marshall, but well cleared by Belper. King can't keep in. Swales keeps it in though. And it's not forward, looking for Crofts, who good control for Eagledon's able to tackle him. Then back to Crofts, gets it under control again on that right hand side, and then Deakin's trying to tackle him. Eagledon as well, chips it forward, goes to Morris, who moves into the box on the left hand side. Can he get his finish right? Yes, he does! The Steels lead through James Morris. It's a beautiful finish. It's a beautiful finish from James Morris after a lovely lob ball from Paul Eagledon. He curls it beyond Kieran Preston. He's got no chance. Morris found the bottom corner. It's 1-0 to the Steels against Belper Town. What a brilliant finish from James Morris that was. And now they lead here against Belper Town, and what a great position for them to be in. Just his second goal of the season. Got a bit of a delay. I have this little panic from watching Premier League games now that when I see a pause after a goal that we're going to see VAR flash up. Even here at Breckenmore I'm thinking, we ain't got VAR all of a sudden. There isn't some daft trial, but no, isn't. And then Turner's going to carry it forward and he sends it back to home. Morris is going to chase it, but Broadhead has that well covered and he's going to get it out. Ball not forward, and it's Eagledon who clears it away, but then not back, and it's going to go to Atem here on the left hand side. Finds Keenan coming forward with it. And then he will get it to the left here, back to Swales. He's on the left wing at the moment, and Keenan knocks it forward. Goes over Eagledon's head. Oh, he has to clear. Into the area goes to Atem. It's lofted and over the bar. Not the best clearance. That almost let Belper in. Fortunately, one thing we have just seen is that South Elmsall are leading 2-1 against the reserves. That's taking place at Frickley Athletics Ground today. In the Premier League, Ruud van Nistelrooy's first game in charge is going well. Francis Buonatti has scored for the Foxes. Ball goes forward, headed away though by Broadhead, and it's just going to head up a few in the area before it's cleared away. Eagledon has to chase it down. He's got two men on him. Returns it to Townsend, who sends it well forward. Comes off the back of Charles before volleying forward. Marshall tracking it. Keenan heads away though. Morris heads it forward. Grezlak battles for it. Touch forward to Morris, who needs to turn, but well read by Burrows, who tackles it, and back it goes to Preston. He's going to be pressed by Grezlak, who wasn't too far away. And before Tinker heads it out, and then back into the middle to Turner. Back to Tinker, who clears it forward, and it's going to go out of play for a throw-in on the right-hand side. Back to Preston. Now, who sends it well forward. Going to bounce over the head of Swales. Tinker tries to head it towards Deacon. Does do so, actually. I thought it was going to go out, and then he went back to Tinker for another header, and then a big barge in the back of Grezlak earns a Stocksbridge free kick. So, back now with Owen. There's been a bit of distraction here. People have noticed that there is an ambulance with the lights flashing that's just pulled up by the bar. We can just see it, and actually I've just seen that there are some paramedics here in the ground, which is concerning to see. And the game is still ongoing, which is not typically how things are done these days. We do normally have a stoppage when we know there is an issue of some sort. So I'm not entirely sure what's happened. I've got to imagine, I don't know if the referee's aware of what's happening. Because yeah, typically nowadays we do have stoppages in play. No, but it is typical, that's the thing, it's very, even in the crowd. The ball goes long. Owen tries to head away, comes off the back across. Crofts completely lose track of it before he is able to get it, but he's passed forward intercepted by Owen, who comes forward, left foot to pass forward, looking for Marshall, but cleared away. Crofts keeps it in on the right wing, swapped with Swales after the goal. And the ball goes forward, but intercepted by Owen. Deacon turns out of trouble. Little short pass to Turner. Lay it back now to Charlesworth, and he will send it forward. It won't stay in though, it will be Belper's throwing. So 25 minutes gone. That goal from James Morris came on the 21st minute. Brentford have equalised against Leicester. Johan Visser, the scorer for the Bees. Keenan throws it forward, and then Charlesworth heads it away. Warren will head it back, and then up in the air it goes for the next header, but Deacon heads it back, and it's just head tennis at the moment before Morris will try and get it to the right hand side. He kind of can't keep it in. It's Belper's throw in. thrown into the middle to Warren, not forward for Rawson. Back it goes to Burrows. Spread to the right to Keelan Swales. Back on the right wing. Back to Burrows. Touched it on the back to King. Looking for the run of Crofts on that right hand side. Finds him. Then back to King. Touch takes him a bit further back, but it does find Swales. All trying the overload on this right wing. Left footed ball in the middle. Owen heads it away. Morris is a bit too slow to it, and Belper keep possession. Keenan will knock it forward, and then Tinker will clear that one away. And Morris is going to look if he can turn this into attack, but then Keenan's holding him off. That's what the fans aren't happy about. O'Connor will look to keep it in, but Keenan will intercept, and then ball goes forward. Would have come off Marshall, so if he went out, it would have been a Belper throw. Turner's intercepted. Tries to find Charlesworth, but it's ball one. Rawson is the man gone onto it. Now to Warren. Warren left-footed, looking ball forward. Swales touch it onto Atem on the left-hand side. No flag up. Atem facing up with Charlesworth. He's got Swales behind him as help if he needs it. Will use that help. Swales puts the cross in. Head away by Eagledon. Morris will look to be the man onto it, but it's Grejlak who touch onto Marshall, flicks over the top, and can Morris be the first man onto it? Morris will fight for it, comes off Morris, but then deflects favourably. Keenan gets it away, and it's a foul from Grejlak. And the fans aren't happy about that, with Preston in no man's land. So it's a free kick to Belper. Bishop Auckland have taken the lead against Heaton Stannington. John Howard the scorer. Long ball forward. Head away by Eagledon. Knocked on by O'Connor. Morris is looking to be the man to keep it in. Gets it down well. Looks to get beyond Evans, but does a good job tackling him, and now it's back with Preston. Takes his time with it, the goalkeeper. And then right with the ball forward. Tinker will look to head this one away, and he does, and it will go out for a throw-in to the away side. Well, what? So back with King now for this throw-in. Just taking some time with it, and then eventually big long one forward. Look for Rawson. Head away from him, but it goes favourably to Belper. But then the ball forward is covered, and Tinker very slowly watches that ball go out to play for a goal kick. So now with Townsend. Who will just take his time with this goal kick now, and plenty of time actually, and then now big ball forward from him. Look for Morris, he's having his shirt pulled there, and that's what the referee, Mr. Robinson, has spotted. It's interesting, last time James Morris scored, it was against a top 5 team against North Ferriby, and he did that again today. Maybe James Morris is going to be one of the players that shows up for these big games. Rawson immediately harassing Turner after the free kick. Now it's distributed out to Eagledon, who sends the ball long. He's the one who set up the goal, but that one was a bit too booming, and it's back with Preston. 29 minutes gone, 1-0 to Stocksbridge. Newton Aycliffe are ahead against North Ferriby. We just mentioned Wayne Whitfield, the scorer. That's going to put Newton Aycliffe right in playoff contention. As Rawson headed on well, but ATM couldn't get to it. O'Connor on the ball now, being forced to go backwards. Then back to Eagledon, who can only get it at ball, and not the best clearance because it just goes out for a throw-in. Brentford now leading against Leicester City. Kevin Sharder, the scorer. Big switch from Belper, and Swales might have just been able to turn Tinker quite well there, and he's got hold of the ball. They're trying to the tackles end up falling to Cross. Cross on that right hand side, trying to get a ball in, being blocked off by Deakin. Back it goes to Swales on the right wing. Manages to feint Tinker, ball goes in and headed away by Turner, and then Grejlak misses the header, and Cross on the ball again, but then he's going to be tackled, and then he takes down Turner with a very late free kick. So we will have the set piece for Stocksbridge. So the ball is going to be now with Townsend for this free kick. Right-footed ball forward from him, looking for Marshall, but headed away. O'Connor will head it forward, and Morris headed forward, look to Marshall. It might be offside, Marshall, but he never got close to him, so the flag stays down. King then slices his clearance and it goes out for the throw-in. So Tinker will have this throw-in now. Stocksbridge will look to try and double their lead. But before we have that, there's just going to be a talking to with one of the Bell players. Jack Broadhead's been summoned over as well, the captain of the Nailers. So, I just wonder if some of the pushing and pulling that Belper have been doing has just been penalised here, and they're just having a word. It's Keelan Swales who was the man who was initially called over. Just by the way, just watching us see that an ambulance has just pulled into the training pitch on the opposite side of our defence here, and the stretchers come out. I hope whoever it is okay. We'll try and find out more. The ball falls to Morris, takes a shot, it takes a deflection, and off for a corner kick. That would have been the most inappropriate goal celebration I ever did, I think, if that had gone in. Corner kick for the Steels, though. I think something main that we need, James Morris will need to do, or someone do, is get someone on Preston, because he claimed the ball really confident last time. Morris is trying to get on, and though Keenan's on protection duty. Because it was Stocksbridge do want that ball on the edge of the 6-yard area from the set pieces, and otherwise Preston will come out and claim it. And it's just gone out of the head of Elliot Owen. Belper's able to clear it out, goes to Atem, who's holding it up. He's been forced backwards, though, and finds man then blocked by Marshall. It's out for a Belper throw-in. They've dealt with the corner really well, but it was just inches off being the perfect set piece. Elliot Owen there at the far post. Sheffield FC are 1-0 up on Pontefract Collieries. Jack Watson the scorer. Means the bottom two are both winning at the moment. There's Charles going to wrestle. Back to Turner, knocks over the top, looking for Morris. Morris needs to be the man. He may have done so, but then he doesn't get a touch onto it, and Preston's out well to claim. Preston is getting a bit of joy in this game so far, but he's not been able to make more than just his goal out. Ingleton heads the ball away from Rawson, and Rawson is attracting the eye of the Steels crowd. Another goal at Ingfield. Ossett are 3-0 up on Cleethorpes Town. Bottom of the table, Ossett against second place Cleethorpes. At least will be, well, top of the table Cleethorpes, I mean. Just madness. There. Great tackle from Jack Tinker, knocks it out. Belper have the throw-in, and that will make for Belper a more frustrating score line, because for them they're seeing this is an opportunity, but here we're at Brackenmore losing 1-0. Onto the right hand side to Swales, and back it goes to King, knocked into the box. Atem looking to control, it's bobbling in the air, flicked in the 6-yard area. Charles clears. Now Morris will try to be the first one onto it, but Evans returns it to the right wing, held down really well by Swales. Back it goes to King, putting the ball into the box. It's a good looking ball. Charles heads it away, goes to the edge of the area to Warren. He doesn't get the best control on it. Back it will go to Keenan. He's going to put the first time ball into the box. Falls favourably to Atem, has to the left, no one's there. O'Connor clears, but it's just going to go back to Keenan, who heads into the middle. Can Greyslack be onto it? He gets the header forward, but it's going to go back to Evans, who heads to midfield. Deacon's going to get onto that, and he's got space to move into. Danny Deacon charges forward, going to pass it towards the right hand side. Falls for Marshall, goes a bit far wide for the cross. Ball shot, puts the ball in the middle. Poor ball, blocked. Ian Richards screams in frustration. Charles beats Atem well, but then the ball goes back into field, and Atem has space on this left. It's back, and then Turner takes out Atem. It was end to end then, and then Turner, to be honest, with a bit of a rugby tackle, took it out, and I am very surprised that he is going to get away with that one. So back now with a free kick for Lewis Keenan to take. Take some time. Lewis Keenan will put the ball into the box. Rawson heads it down, but no one's there for the peel off, and Townsend will claim it. He'll be happy with that. So back with Townsend now. Ball goes forward, headed away, and then header by cross goes to Swales on the right. Not looking for Rawson. Iggulden will read it and clear it away. Greshlock trying to fight for it, but King's the first. Chest it right to Swales, who's been forced backwards and trying to turn Greshlock inside out a few times, but Greshlock is not giving up on him, and he's forced him backwards, and that could be a poor pass to let Marshall in, but Broadhead's read it well, and it might just stay in as well. Swales ends up looking out actually for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Quickly taken, finds Morris, he's got O'Connor in the middle, instead lays it off for Marshall, takes a shot, and it's wide. Really a live, alert play from Stocksbridge, taking advantage of a Belper defence that had just lost its shape for a few moments. Marshall wasn't able to get the final shot right though, and it ends up going a yard or two wide of the goal in the end, but it is 1-0 Steels in there, looking good for that lead so far. 37 minutes gone, 1-0 to Stocksbridge. Just having a little look at some of the FA Cup scores going through. Everything seems to be 0-0, but the only non-league team I notice, which is Brackley, are losing 2-0 to Stockport. It's not been a good time for the non-league teams in round 2 so far. Wilston and went out earlier today. And last night, Gainsborough Trinity, the team just above us in the league. Yeah. They went out to Harrogate Town. Jack Muldoon, the former Steel, featuring for Harrogate in that game. And quite a lot of familiar players who've played against us for Gainsborough. It was great fun to see Declan Howe again. I forgot how much I liked him as a player. And anyway, Tinker's thrown the ball long before King clears it out. Goes to Rawson, who's trying to control it, but he's met with Curtis Turner, who will switch it over to Charles on the right. Keenan looks like he should win that one. And they've met in the middle, Charlesworth and Keenan. And I think Charlesworth will go in the book for that one. And that is going to be the case. It's an interesting one, because you could argue both have gone for it, but Keenan has come off worse, but I'd say the referee is making the right decision there. And maybe one for Turner not getting his yellow a bit earlier. Brigouts have equalised against Carlton. Akil Francis the scorer. So we will have this free kick. Tom Charlesworth has now officially got his booking. First player to end up in Mr. Robinson's books. And Preston will be the one taking this free kick just inside Belper's half. Preston will knock it long and headed away though, I think by Rawson of all people. And Greshlock headed it on further, but then back to Warren, who knocked it back into the box. No one there for it. Luke Rawson, an underappreciated thing of him for Stocksbridge was his defensive headers from set pieces, and it was nice to see that again for us there. So Townsend will send that one forward. He's looking for Greshlock. Bit of wrestling between him and King, and it bounced over their heads before knocks long, and now it goes to O'Connor. O'Connor on the left-hand side. He needs to just find Marshall. O'Connor, good footwork, takes a shot himself, and we were saying on Tuesday night that Stocksbridge weren't greedy enough at times. They were trying to create the perfect goal, find the perfect man, and to score. That time, it was the opposite way around, where Alex O'Connor was a bit too greedy. He didn't look for the better option, and Jonas wasted quite a favourable attacking opportunity. 40 minutes gone in this game. Lincoln City were losing 2-0 to Crawley, but they're back 2-2. McCarmer the scorer. So at the moment, by my look, things there are no cup upsets going on. Ball forward, Rawson heads it on well, but Eagleton will head it back. Grejlak gets it, even though he was obstructed by the referee for a second, and then it goes back to King on the right. In the middle, to Swales, and then knocks the ball forward, lucky for Rawson, head away by Eagleton. Charles was a bit too deep there, Rawson trying to take advantage. Ball's fallen favourably to Crofts on the right hand side, now in attacking position, looking to get past his friend Jack Tinker, and they are good friends. Now out to Swales on the right, tries to put the ball in, it's took a deflection, and it is going to be a corner kick and Belper's first of the game. And Belper, they're a big side with Jack Broadhead is going to be a definite target from this, and you've got Luke Rawson as well as quite a big chap up front. Quite a lot of ones, and I've just seen Owen Evans trundle his way up as well. Lewis Keenan, well, that's the biggest left back I've ever seen. Here comes the ball, look at the near post, it's a poor corner in the end. Alex O'Connor heads it away, and then Grejlak will knock it long. Marshall will try to get to it, but then King heads it back, and Marshall will press it, but then eventually he goes in the box and Preston's able to pick it up. Not a great one from Preston, but it is going to find its man in Terry Ayton. Back to Keenan, who takes the touch and then drills it forward, and Turner's block isn't a great clearance, and in the end Eagleton has to head it out of play for a throw-in. Stocksbridge looking to hold on to this lead to the end of the first half. 42 minutes gone in this game, 1-0 to the Steels. Keenan, right football forward, looking to get towards Ayton, but Eagleton heads away. Deacon actually ends up helping out Belper, flicks it to Rawson, but then it's a poor pass from him, and then Grejlak, and he's going to look for Morris here. Morris gets it down well. He needs a bit of help though, and he's going to find it through Charlesworth, who's going to try and drill a curling pass, but that's blocked. Ayton goes it, but then O'Connor leaves a foot in with a sliding challenge, and it's going to be a free kick to the away team. It's a yellow card to Alex O'Connor, who's only recently returned from a suspension for his 5 yellows. I'll have to find out the date where you get 2 bookings if there's 10. Well, 2 matches off if you get 10 bookings. There's a talk with the linesman here as well, Mr. Sutton, I think about another late challenge that happened right afterwards involving James Morris and Lewis Keenan. But I don't think there's going to be any further action for that one. And we'll just get the free kick. Bishop Auckland are 2-0 up on Heaton Stannington. Lewis Johnson the scorer. Here comes Preston's ball forward. Headed up into the air and then falls to Swales on the right. And he's going to get robbed of the ball by Grejlak, but Swales still fighting for it, and then Grejlak will come away with it. Good touch to take it away from Crossing, clears out to Morris, who holds the ball well. Now he's looking for O'Connor. What a pass to O'Connor. Lovely first touch pass to Charlesworth. Atam is chasing him. Charlesworth has to just keep it in the end, and it goes back to Keenan. Morris just a bit late with the tackle, but then Keenan sends it out of play anyway. We haven't seen any update from what's happening with the ambulance so far. I haven't seen anyone go into it, but we will try and keep you updated. Charlesworth throws it downfield. Morris heads it on, but it's been cleared away. It was Rawson, who nice little touch to Warren, but then cleared back away, and Tinker heads it forward. But then Warren, big volley, and it's going to be for Swales and Tinker to chase between them. Swales, I think, might just have a bit of pace on him. But Tinker, with a brilliant tackle, takes it away from the former Bradford Park Avenue man. Turner takes the touch, but back to Owen. Left footer ball forward, takes a little deflection, but Grejlak gets it, heads it back to Deacon, knocks it over the top for Morris to chase, and Morris does really well keeping it in. Tackle stops him, then it goes back to Morris, and then back to Grejlak, who evades a challenge from King, but then King gets the block from his pass, and it's out for a Steels throw-in. Steels looking to end this half with an attack. Well, see, waiting to see how much added time we will get. I haven't seen any indication from the board just yet. So it's just with Tinker. Throws it down to Marshall, who's got some space, but now he's having to fall back and the tackle goes in. It's another throw-in right next to the corner flag. You just see Charles hanging around the far post. He got his first Steels goal on Tuesday night against Nostell. Late arriving at that far post, no one had tracked him. Thrown in to Grejlak, who's looking to turn. Tap goes in, and I think it come off Grejlak last. It does. Goal kick Belper. The good defending from the Nailers to make sure that attack didn't get any further. Ball goes forward, and Tinker will head it away, and just bounce favourably and goes back to Broadhead. Gets it back now to the right hand side to Swales, who knocks it forward, but Turner blocks and kept him by Deakin. Then back to Tinker, who will send the lofted ball over the top. Marshall can't do anything with it. He's offside. And that will be it for the first half. It's been a really good, entertaining end-to-end match, but the one goal has come for the Steels. A little lofted ball from Eagleton over the top, found James Morris, and it was a brilliant finish from the forward to put it into the bottom corner. The Steels lead 1-0 here at Belper Town. We will see you in 15 minutes for the second half.
Confidence, confidence.
Oh, yeah. Well done.
Good ball that, Lace. Confidence, buddy. Confidence, buds. Well done. Well done, Lacey. Well done, Crystal. Buds.
I do miss it.
Very good.
Did I mention I won't do it?
Well done, Kayla.
Thinking that, Denise, isn't it?
It is still on yours. I know exactly what we were thinking.
Fourteen.
Yes, Matt. Go on then. Brilliant, that play. Go on, Jim. Little one. Again.
Come on, girls.
Go.
Great strike. There you go. Great goal, that. 10 points on it, Jim. Great strike.
We're just watching the game. We're going. Come on, then, son. Where's Belper? Come on. Good. Lauren, get over. What is it?
Scarlett, keep going, pressure up. It's not her fault. All these experienced players in that team. Paddy's in. Trying to play off from here.
Come on, get it away!
Even goals away. And why you only try fucking on one? Can you try again? Got to play out wide, use your feet.
Hold on, Grace!
That's it. Ball.
Hello and welcome back to Brackenmore for this second half of the match between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Belper Town. Looks like we are going to have a substitute here with the Steels 1-0 up. They're going, Curtis Turner, the captain, is heading off. That means Jack Tinker will take the armband for the second half of this game. And here, so Jack Darman replaces Curtis Turner, official confirmation.
For Curtis Turner, And coming on at the 15, Jack Dolman.
I'll be interested to see how that changes the shape. I presume what we're going to see is Oliver Grejlak move into central midfield and Dolman take his place on the left wing. So Steels have the ball now. And we'll have this game underway shortly. Go. So Stocksbridge Park Steels in the yellow shirt, blue shorts and blue socks going from right to left, while Belper in the white shirts with sort of dotted black stripes. We haven't worked quite out yet. Black, grey, white. Oh, one of those daft colours that Dulux says exists. White shorts and white socks kicking from left to right. Stocksbridge grabbing together not to give the ball away, but Tinker just launches it, and then Marshall tries to flick it with a little back of his foot, but that doesn't work out, and it's with Keenan now. Oh, and then battling the ball is Charles, if he's won it, giving it back to Grejlak, who charges down the right-hand side. Grejlak now looking for switching, look for Dolman, bounces, Dolman takes the volley, Jack Dolman puts the Steels 2 goals ahead within moments of the restart. Jack Dolman, he's done really well because it's such an awkward bouncing ball, and with his very first touch since coming on, Dolman doubles the lead for the Steels, and Stocksbridge couldn't have asked for a better way to begin the second half. I'm not even sure if Lee Attenborough's out for the Belper bench. Oh, there he is. But what a start. Belper being found still in the dressing rooms, and Stocksbridge are now 2-0 up. Well, I imagine Curtiston has gone off for an injury, but I think Ian Richards might just claim absolute inspiration for that one. All comes from a really hard-fought one ball in the middle of the pack by Tom Charlesworth, which shows you how important he is as a player. And then Aiton here trying to get Belper back into this. He's on the left wing at the moment, trying to put the ball back in the middle, but blocked. And he's going to rope out for a throw-in. So it's going to be a long throw. It's going to be a Laryl King's long throw from the left-hand side. Big launch ball into the middle. Good header away by Owen. Burrows will win it, and then the clearance from Stocksbridge is blocked, and then switched down. It's Dolman who's going to have a chance to go clear. Dolman goes forward. Lots of pace on him if he can, but then it almost gets away through. But I think he sort of tackled himself in the end with his trailing foot, and Belper able to clear, but Deakin chests it down. Deakin knocks it over France, and then it flicked over to Dolman. Dolman then gets the tackle in again, this time from Warren, and it's out for a stock throw. Dolman has just added a whole new dimension to this game. And now because of that, Belper are making a very early substitute in this second half. Nathan Whitehead is coming on. He's coming on for Terry Atom.
Replaced by number 12, Nathan Whitehead.
And that is going to be how Belper, having gone down so early, are trying to make that change. And they're going to make another one as well. Keenan August is coming on, and he's going to replace Nat Crofts. Nat Crofts, the former Steel, will head off. It's his first time coming back to Brackenmore since his departure. And there's going to be another one. God, this is and it is Ben Rhodes, the son of the announcer you can hear, Dave Rhodes. He's coming on. He's going to come on for Laryl King. Lots of changes. Ben Rhodes, obviously a former Steels player as well. In fact, there were, as we just get the game underway, we'll let you know about the trivia later. Ball headed away, and we kind of tried to touch it on, but it goes out of play. Yeah, if you watched our YouTube page, we uploaded the retro highlights of Stocksbridge Park Steels versus Loughborough Dynamo. Ben Rhodes, Tom Charlesworth, and Jordan Lemon, all 3 right backs, were in the same team that day. That was all the way back in 2019. As O'Connor just got out the ball really well, then It's going to be lost by Dorman. Stocksbridge play the ball forward. Rawson trying to haunt the defence, but Townsend comes out well to Clay. 3 changes there for Belper as they look to get back into it, but the Steels are leading 2-0 here. Ball goes long, but Morris doesn't get the best touch onto it. Back in defence for the Nailers. Broadhead looks to switch it over to Swale, and it's going to be well held by Charlesworth. Back now to Keenan, and back into defence with Evans. Takes the touch, clip long, head away by Eagledon, and then head right back in the middle, but only to Tinker, who's going to knock it long, and then Dorman's going to chase it. A bit too far for him moving his base. You can see Ben Rhodes has come on for Belper. Obviously, Lee Attenborough's not happy with the way that Laryl King was dealing with Dorman in the early few minutes, and he's made this really quick decision to bring the, I think it's fair to say, veteran now, right back. I've only done that to see if it wound Dave up a bit, laughed at it. His father standing beside me, which is a fairly normal thing, but they're not normally committee members of the opposite club. It's Rhodes with the throw in now. Long throw in, lucky for Rawson. Chester down for August, but clipped away. But August gets it back on the right-hand side. Back to Rhodes, takes the touch. Looks to get it round on the outside. Puts across in block, corner kick to Belper. So 51 minutes gone, it's 2-0 to Stocksbridge. Nottingham Forest ahead in the Premier League against Ipswich Town. Chris Wood has scored from the spot. Here comes a corner from Belper, high, lofted one into that 6-yard area. Townsend gets a punch, it's going to fall in the 6-yard area, but Townsend gets it, and I think Rawson gave a little shove to Townsend in the 6-yard area. I think Townsend did go a bit easy to see if he could get something out of it, but referee not falling for it. We can all laugh at Frank Lampard again, by the way, now. Cardiff are 2-1 up, Robertson has scored. Ball going long. Bounces a bit awkwardly and then fought for by Marshall, but he ends up going back to Preston. Worth mentioning, we also had another new manager take earlier today. Hull City's Chris Dawson was in charge. Andy Dawson, was in charge there. His brother Chris Dawson once played here. And Michael Dawson, obviously, as well. But because Michael Dawson did come to a Stocksbridge game once, taught his brother, when he was injured. One of the many times he was injured. Rhodes trying to knock it forward. Tinker heads away, but only back it goes to Whitehead, who gets it out to Swales on the left-hand side, and he's going to find that option on that left of Keenan. Marshall trying to overlap, but gives it back to Whitehead in the middle. And Greg's presses, but it's a good switch to find August on the right. Trying to get beyond his man Tinker, but the second man helps him, and August gets away with it. It's going to be a free kick to Stockbridge as well. August just having a little nibble, and Morris is getting back, and Morris is having a little, I think they had a bit of a knock to the head there because he's just brushing the back of it. So 2-0 to Stockbridge Park Seals. Jack Dolman scoring away his very first touch on the pitch. Back with Townsend, he will send it long. Marshall's the one trying to get the header, but the offside flag goes up on Marshall, and the referee only just spotted that. So they'll get the ball back. Belper, in fairness to him, have been on top since going 2-0 behind. Obviously for them, they're thinking if we can get a goal before, say, the 80th minute, or in the next 20 minutes, which is a long amount of time in football, we can definitely get back into this one because they've done it before this season. So back now with Preston. Long ball forward. Owen will head away, but only heads up into the air, gets the second header away, but only back to Warren, who knocks forward again, but then head away again, this time O'Connor. Back for Whitehead, knocks it over the top. Tinker tries to head it away, going to fall to the edge of the area. O'Connor just sends it high into the sky. Warren heads it back up into the area himself, and then Deacon tries to go in for the header, but it goes forward to Rawson, who will look to find the winger, but Charles has thread that really well. Can he turn it to attack? He can't keep it in though, and it goes out for a throw-in on that opposite side to Belper. .55 minutes gone, 2-0 to the Steels. And Belper almost lose the ball there, but then it's clipped forward and they will lose the ball. It's going out for a Stocksbridge throw. No other goals in the second half from the Northern Premier League East just yet, just that Dolman goal here at Brackenmore. Though just worth mentioning, in watching the FA Cup, Brackley have just got one back against Stockport County in the only non-league versus league clash happening at the moment. Quite a lot on the telly tomorrow though, including Kettering versus Doncaster, which I'm definitely going to be watching. Big header away into the middle, but then Stockbridge get it back, but then they give it right back to Belper. Back for Keenan, who will take the touch for sending it long, and it's a good ball. Townsend comes out and claims it at the edge of his area. He had to time that right. August was waiting. So back with Townsend's arms and a sigh of relief. Ball forward, awkward bounce. Morris heads it away. Dorman will look to turn roads. Tries to take it on the outside of him. Knocks it beyond him. Goes to Morris. Needs someone in the middle. Morris, he's going to turn it onto his right. Drills it in the middle. Takes a deflection. Awkward still in the 6-yard area. Appeals for a penalty and not given because there was a collision in the box. And now it's Rawson trying to hold on to the ball. Back into the middle. Owen tracking his man. He's been pulled way out of position, Owen. Needs to get back into it, really. As Whitehead switches it over to Keenan on the left-hand side, it was Grezlak wanted the penalty in the opposite boxes. Charles has done it well, goes to Marshall, who's got a bit of space to go into. Evades the slide tackle at Whitehead. Marshall lays off to Grezlak. Grezlak moves in. Can Grezlak finish it? Great save. Balls in the middle. Marshall shoots! He scored! It's 3-0! Tommy Marshall with the goal. The Steels have made it free on the counter-attack. Tommy Marshall scores. What an effort. What a performance this has turned out to be from Stocksbridge. Honestly, it's all, Tommy Marshall's beat a few players. He deserves a goal, lays it off to Grezlak. His first effort save, but Marshall's there. He just smashes it in then, Marshall. He's not taking any chances whatsoever. The Steels are 3-0 up here. What an effort from Tommy Marshall. And the fans are taunting the Trevor Belper, but this game is not over. The game is not over until the whistle blows, and the Steels need to still be on it because Belper are a quality side who, if anyone in this league can come back from 3-0 down, it's Belper. That goal coming on the 57th minute. Ball being switched. Well read by Tinker. He goes down. It's a foul, and Stockbridge get it back. Some more goals to tell you about. Dunstan are 1-0 up on Garforth. JJ O'Donnell, another goal at Ingfield. Ossett United are 4-0 up on top of the table Cleethorpes. I don't want to be in Craig Rouse's dressing room in that game because I imagine tables are going to get flipped. Liversidge against three-man no goalkeeper Ashington. And Alfie Raw has scored from the spot. Emily are 2-0 upon Bridlington. Jack Cowgill has scored, and Dunstan, and we just said 2-0 upon Garforth. It's Scott Robson has scored. Headed back now to Townsend, who clears it forward. Goes back to Broadhead, who heads it away. Owen will head it back, looking for Morris, but head away from him. Out right to August, can't keep it in, and got this. Brackenmore crowd are absolutely loving it at the moment. Tinker throws it downfield, headed up into the air. Deacon heads it back to Grezlak, who knocks it over. It goes over Marshall's head, and it will just go back now to Preston. Ball being cleared out. Charles is going to track this ball forward. Charlesworth gets taken down there. It's going to be a free kick to Stocksbridge. I'm sure it is. He's going to get it to throw enough. That's definitely a free kick, I'd say. Keelan Sales just took down Charlesworth. Our mark has just been hit here, 3-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels. Just worth mentioning, when Stocksbridge beat North Ferriby, another team in the top 5, 4-0, I was on holiday. Another Allcroft is on holiday today in Benidorm. You know, Costa del, words I can't really say on the radio. And it's 3-0 to Stocksbridge. It's obviously an Allcroft needs to go away. So if you would like to contribute to the Allcroft Holiday Fund for Stocksbridge wins, I'll be available after the game. I'll set up a GoFundMe. Ball goes forward here from Belper, headed away, falls to Grezlak, knocks it forward, looks for Marshall, side tackle gets him away, it's a fair tackle despite what someone in our crowd are saying. Ball to the left hand side, Swale, knock it forward for Rawson now, holds it up, back to Keenan, knocking it forward, headed on to Eagledon who clears it away, now back with Whitehead, now over to Warren, who's trying to control it, and there is going to be a Stocksbridge substitute shortly. As the ball goes loose, O'Connor just can't get to it, now to August, tries to up the pace of things, then looking for Rhodes on the overlap, but it's too far forward, and it will go out for a goal kick. So for those who are listening, do want to have a little announcement for the few of you listening still, not our biggest listenership today. I think a lot of time we've got what looks like another healthy attendance here today. Actually, just seen the attendance, 251 here today at Brackenmore, so thank you very much for listening, and that's a good tackle from Tinker there before Warren knocks down the right, appeals that it's gone out, but it's not being given. August trying to cause a problem, but then Stocksbridge just about get onto it and clear out for a throw-in near the flag. So our announcement is that the official, that Steele's Talk, the official Stocksbridge Park Steels podcast, will launch on Thursday. And we hope to have it on all good podcasting platforms, and probably some bad ones as well. But it will be a long throw from Belper into the 6-yard area. Comes off the back of Rawson. Everyone's appealing for what they want, but a goal kick has been given. So back now with Townsend. Takes his time, or it will now launch that ball forward. Headed away by Broadhead, then headed on again, but back for a little clear away. Deacon heads it on, Dolman fighting for it, but Rhodes heads it forward, and August puts it back to Whitehead, who volleys it forward. Eagledon heads it, but it's blocked and gone to Rhodes, who can't control it. Dolman robs him of it, and Dolman trying to get through two, but Warren comes away with it, lays it off in the middle to Swales, and switched out to August on the right. He's trying to beat his man here, puts the ball in low, but Deacon blocked and clears it away. Looking for Morris, who just can't get hold of it. Rhodes has it back into the defence, and big ball forward, look for August, chests it down well, but Dolman clears it, and Morris might get the gets it on. Marshall got through the centre of the defence. Marshall looking to get past Keenan. Keenan gets a tackle, and then Morris has it. Morris goes down on the foul. Nothing will be given for that. Out to Whitehead on the right. Stocksbridge doing really well at the moment, but couldn't break through to make it 4 on that occasion. So it's 3-0 to Seals. Belper coming forward, looking to switch it, looking for August, and it's a really good ball. August got onto it, but he has been forced wide now by Tinker. August in the flag now, trying to get beyond Tinker, and he does get beyond Tinker. August looks to get on his left, shot is blocked, Tinker will head away, and then it'll go out for a corner kick. Good play by Keaton August. In the end, though, Seals were able to defend it, but it is a corner to Belper. Brighouse are 3-1 up on Carlton. Joshua Waldrum, the scorer, and Newton Acre for 2-0 up on North Ferriby. Liam Jarvie, the man, on the score sheet. Ball crossed in, and it's headed away by Owen. It's going to go to the edge of the area. Grezlak to it first, and this could be a counter-attack. It goes to Marshall. Deacon is an option. He's looking for Deacon a bit too far forward. Preston will clear that away. Goes all the way through, and it might go through to Rawson. Does go through to Rawson. Brilliant save, Townsend. Rawson collects it again on the edge of the area. More men back. Rawson takes a shot, another block. Rawson tries to get in the middle, but then cleared away, and that's the big cheer. And Morris is injured in the middle. He's just gone down. And Dolman's looking to win it here, though. Game is still going on. Rhodes gets it back in the middle, and Whitehead flicks it forward. Charlesworth will have it under control, and then I said it forward. Morris is back up and going, though. Goes to Keenan, who tries to flick it onto the left-hand side, but then big clearance from Charlesworth. Goes all the way to Preston. He's going to look to switch it to the right-hand side for August, who's been lively since coming on. But good. Rhodes has got it, though. He's going to put the ball in the middle. It's a great ball, but not hooked down by Curtis Burrows. 4 years ago, for Loughborough Dynamo, he scored twice at this ground, but that time not able to do it. We're going to see Paolo Aguas, the former Sheffield Wednesday man, going forward. Ben Townsend and James Morris are down at the moment. So Keelan Swales is going to head off for Aguas.
Time substitution coming off is number 7, Keelan Swales.
Swales, who I think has been a really good player.
16,
yeah.
Paolo Aguas.
And it is Paolo Aguas who heads on. Aguas, who has dual citizenship. He's English and, very rarely for this league, Brazilian. So Morris is just getting treatment from our physio, Liv Phillips, at the moment. That's why we've got the break in play, as we are now in the 66th minute. And what a performance it has been from Stocksbridge so far. Seeing that Sue Alcock going, yeah, that serves me right for not realising it had restarted. Well, go on, lads, you've got this. I'll have a drink for each of you and a cocktail for Townsend. That's dangerous. That's very dangerous. Drink responsibly, as we encourage. James Morris is back to his feet, but he is going to just head off for a moment. Does look like he'll be able to return, but I wouldn't. What? Physio. So we did have to pause. We had to tell Jordan Lemon where to turn the lights on. We didn't think that would be professional to have on the broadcast, so we muted for a second. Ball headed forward, and it's going to be Owen who clears it away. Headed back by Rhodes, and just a bit of like to-ing and fro-ing between the two teams in this area. Warren knocks it forward. It took a deflection off Tinker, thrown to Belper. Bradford Park Avenue are 3-0 up on Sherwood. Ira Gooden has scored. He moved there recently from Bury. Out to the right-hand side, trying to get beyond is Aguas, but it's a bit too heavy. His touch, and it goes out for the goal kick. Brentford are 4-1 up on Leicester City. Kevin Sharder, the latest scorer. That's his second of the game. We would like to say welcome to the Premier League, Ruud van Nistelrooy. Not good if you're a former legendary Man United striker at the moment, because I've just seen Plymouth Argyle losing 2-0 as well. Ball goes forward, headed away, goes to Grace Light, lovely turn, gets it out to the left. I think maybe actually, I was wondering if it maybe last touched off a Belper man. It wasn't though, so we have a throw-in for Belper, and Rhodes will take. Launches it downfield, goes over to Deacon, who clears it away. Deacon's dropped into that sort of like deep line playmaker role that Turner normally has. Ball won by Broadhead, knocked it long, but cleared away by Eagledon. And 12, Whitehead gets it to the left-hand side. And then well won by Charlesworth. Knocks it over the top, but it's just got no one there for it. Preston will take a touch with it outside his area before sending it long. Head away from him, then goes to Rawson. And then Charlesworth trying to win it on that right-hand side. And now, and it will be Belper on the left-hand side. It's Keaton August on the left, and then ball into the middle. Touched on there, but cleared away, and then falls to Charlesworth. Takes the touch. He's looking for Dolman. Dolman just flicked it over the top of the defender. Can Dolman get on to the next one? He does. He's been forced out wide. He's Marshall as help. Dolman take the shot. There's nothing on it really though, and Preston able to deal with it. 70 minutes gone in this game. It's 3-0 to the Steels. Belper have had most of the ball since going 3-0 behind, but Stocksbridge potent on the counter-attack as they look to hold on to a 3-goal lead for the last 20 minutes. Ball switched to Rhodes, takes it into the middle, laid off for Warren. He moves it onto his left, switches it onto that left-hand side. Aguas on the ball. Going down the middle, putting it into the middle, looking for Rawson, but it's a poor ball and a goal kick is coming. Thought we were going to see a Stocksbridge substitute earlier, but that seems to have not happened. So Townsend will take a goal kick and sorry, we just had to note, Paolo Aguas had a chain on that wasn't spotted by the linesman before coming on, and he's just had to head off to remove it. So he's on back on the pitch now, and he's actually, it would have been in a good position, but he's waited for it rather than go for it. Charles has won it, knocked it over the top, and Broadhead has to deal with it because Morris was waiting. And it's out for a Stocksbridge throw after that clearance from Broadhead. Newton Aycliffe are 3-0 up on North Ferriby. Wayne Whitfield the scorer. So as results stand, Stocksbridge do return back to the playoff positions in 5th place with 35 points. It would be 7 points off league leaders Cleethorpes. On the right hand side now for Stocksbridge, trying to get the ball in. Does go in. Not a great touch by Morris. He put it back in. There's a claim for handball. They are not given, but it is a Stocksbridge corner. Now it's going to be Danny Deacon to take this corner over on the right hand side. In the FA Cup, Exeter City are winning 2-0 against Chesterfield. Josh McGuinness, the latest scorer. That's for the Grecians. Corner going to go into the 6-yard area, headed out fairly simply. I thought that was an handball then, nothing given, and the counter-attack is happening from the Nailers now. And it's Keaton August trying to get down the right-hand side. Control well into the middle, and then the foul is meant to be done. Sorry, Aguas it was on. And the foul from Oliver Grejlak. And Jack Broadhead, a bit of a muscling in onto Grejlak as he held onto the ball. Now Grejlak goes down, holding his foot. Which one of the Belper fans behind the goal over there was not particularly happy with. Lee Phillips will come on. Jack Broadhead, Ben Rhodes there with some very rude language about his frustration of Oliver Grejlak's injury. We're going to ask Dave to come down and see if we can give him a little telling off for that, to be honest, because I think using that sort of foul language is a bit not on, is it? Dave. Oh, both Dave's in the box. When did you get up there? Is Dave going to tell Ben off for swearing? So we just have treatment for Oliver Grejlak. He's going to be head off Grejlak for a moment while this free kick is being taken. Warren is the man standing over the ball. So Warren with a chance to get the ball back in, and here it comes, left-footed ball, big high ball into the middle, headed up to the left. Volley is completely miscued from Belper. And he's lucky man because I can't tell who he is from here. Well, that's a word embarrassing because that was one that fell in the perfect position, but he wasn't able to take it. Bishop Auckland are 3-0 up on Eton Stannington. Louis Johnson, the scorer. So Warren, who just took that free kick, is heading off. And Lewis Austin is coming on, and that is all of Belper's substitutes made. Whereas Stocksbridge only made the one so far at the half-time break. I do wonder with the scoreline as it is, are we going to... It'd be nice to see the debut of Miguel Vassau later, who signed from Guiseley earlier this year. Last week he did. Couldn't play, was ineligible for the game against Nostell. But Ash Butterworth is going to be coming on for Stocksbridge. As Lewis Austin has just been forced away to the side again, he's going to fit the linesman, having missed the chain, he's making sure that there is no irregular jewellery on this one. So Butterworth is getting his instructions from Ian Richards. I don't think it's going to be this break where he gets to come on, but it will be next one. 76 minutes gone, 3-0 to the Steels. Ball goes long, headed away by Broadhead. Charles slices the clearance, falls to August. Tinker clears it away. This could fall finally to Dolman. Dolman on the left wing, tries to take on the inside, then went on the outside, but the sliding tackle from Jack Broadhead stopped him. Just seen Sue Allcroft going, how's Naylor spelled? It is with the N-A-I-L-L-E-R-S because of the nail industry in Belper. Here comes Ash Butterworth. He's going to come on for Grezlak, who's just been struggling with the injury. So Grezlak, who's had a really good game. He heads off. And here comes Butterworth. And plenty of applause from the Breckenmore crowd for Grezlak. So throw in here, should be taken by Tinker. Deacon breaks, takes it on his chest. He's been forced further out wide, and then August gets him in a tackle. Be another throw in. Stocksbridge happy for this to take time though, because they would love to get us to 9 minutes and then have the win sealed off. Thrown here to Morris, looking back for Tinker, but goes out for a Belper throw that pass, and that will end the attack for now. Rhodes goes down further downfield, and Deakin clears out for another throw-in. Wolves have halved the deficit against Bournemouth. Jen Strand-Larsen has scored his second of the game.
Come on, Rev!
And Rhodes carries on going forward. The former Steel, who was well liked at Breckenmore in his time, is not very well liked at the moment. Ball goes loose and it just goes over O'Connor's head, but then he gets it back with Aguas trying to get it. Back now to Townsend it goes. He's looking for Dolman here on the left-hand side, but it falls short and Rhodes heads it away. Butterworth can't get it under control. Goes to Aguas on the left, but he loses it as well. Goes now Charles will knock it long, looking for Marshall. Keenan looks to cover it. He'll volley it away and it'll fall. Look for Marshall, who turns away well from Whitehead. Butterworth now sends it back to Charlesworth. What a game Tom Charlesworth has had, by the way, today, as he knocks it long, and as he says that, he sends an off-target pass to Keenan. Back now with Butterworth now, who controls it, goes down under pressure, and Stocksbridge get the free kick. So, free kick chance for Stocksbridge. Stocksbridge reserves lost 3-1 to South Elmsall United Services, by the way. Disappointing result for the reserves, who have been challenging at the top of the table this year. Deakin putting the ball in the middle. Head away before it goes to Owen. Might fall on the right-hand side. Morris loses track in the air. He's trying to fight for it again. Goes to the edge here. O'Connor hits it, drilled low, bounce in the area. Another shot goes just wide. I think it was Jack Tinker with the shot that went just wide. It fell to him after the initial shot from O'Connor was just blocked and fell to him, and it will now be a goal kick. Ball goes long, headed away by Owen, but it's just going to fall to Keenan, who will put it onto Argos, but Charlesworth thread it really well. Charlesworth is charging forward. Charlesworth got all the space. Keenan can't keep up with him. Charlesworth, the cross bounces in a great position, but no one was there for it. Deacon tries to rescue it on that far side, but he's just fouled Rhodes, and it will be a free kick. 80 minutes gone, 3-0 to the Steels.
He wants drug tested, Tom. I don't know what he's been texting, but I want
Hey, it's a Stocksbridge dual race substitution at Rossington. They're 1-0 down to Golcar, but Oliver Novak just headed off and Charlie Woods replaced him. The Steels connection over in Doncaster. Maybe it'll pay off for them. Tinker with the throw-in. Low, flat throw-in, headed away by August. Biggleton heads it back, but this Rhodes heads it and goes out for a Stocksbridge throw. Stocksbridge looking to cap off the last 10 minutes of what has been a magnificent performance from the Steels.
Keep going, Jack, keep going.
Ball goes further down, headed away. Headed back by Deacon, goes forward, then headed out by Whitehead. Belper in the middle, Butterworth is trying to win it, and then it goes to O'Connor, but I think Butterworth has committed a foul there, so it will be a nailless throw. Dan Hernandez is about to come on for the Stocksbridge. Not going to be just yet though, just getting his final few instructions from Ian Richards. I presume we're going to see Tommy Marshall head off for him. There's another one who's had a good game. And a goal. Just seen that Charlie Wood just came in for Austin. 2 minutes later, he's got a yellow card. Ball goes long, head away by Owen, and it's going to fall right to Marshall. Counter-attack could be on here. Morris needs to get back on side. That's why Marshall slowed it down, and it's allowed a few of the Bell players to get back, but Marshall's going to get down that right-hand side, holds it back, needs a bit of help from Butterworth. Instead he's going to go back to Charlesworth, and I suppose you can't blame him. Charlesworth has been near perfect today. And O'Connor flicks it over the top, looking for Morris. It should be covered there. It is covered by Evans, who knocks it off Morris to get the throw in. Liversidge are 4-0 up on Ashington. Mitchell Acressy has scored. And here comes Dan Hernandez, and it will be Tommy Marshall heading off. He scored one today. That's the game that pretty much sealed it all up, as it appears like now. What a performance from him, and here comes Hernandez to replace him now. Thrown back to Preston, who doesn't have good control on it, but eventually does get it away. Goes out to Tinker, who heads it forward, and then Dorman heads it on. Rhodes goes into the back rim. It'll be a free kick. I think Ben Rhodes is definitely going to turn up from his dad after this game. Will be Deacon's ball here. Flipping the ball into the box, headed away. O'Connor looks to get back in the applause here as Marshall returns to the bench. But Belper might have a counter-attack going here, but then the trailing leg of Owen has stopped that. He carries the ball for a bit before giving it to Dorman, who knocks it long. Morris will look to chase it, but it should bounce right for Preston, and he does collect it. So, as it does look like Stocksbridge are heading towards the win here. The last time Belper beat the Steels was back in 2019, a 1-0 win, with Danny Gordon scoring after 3 minutes. And it's just interesting to see some of the teams out on that one.
Go on, Dan.
Danny South in defence for Belper that day as Dan Hernandez was fighting for it on that side but has given the foul away against Lewis Keenan. Obviously, 5 years is a long time. Only one player from that Stocksbridge side still here with the club since Belper last beat us. It's Jordan Lemon, who, by the way, got a booking. Ball goes long, headed on by Rawson, having a miserable return to Brackenmore today. As this time it's Tinker who heads away, but then knocked forward by Austin, but cleared away by Iggledon and headed right back by Broadhead. A lot of head tennis. It's not falling to the ground here, but then it does. August tries to get away from Tinker, but then Stocksbridge are able to clear it. And Hernandez is trying to cause a problem. He's trying to win the ball, not giving up on that ball for a second. And in the end, it is cleared out for a Belper throw by Evans. But Hernandez made that so tricky. Miguel Vassal will come on for his debut soon. 86 minutes gone. Sheffield FC are 2-1 up on Pontefract. Nathan Modest has scored, and Bradford Park Avenue are 4-0 up on Sherwood. Brad Williams has scored. Rhodes throws it forward before it's headed out by Butterworth. Another Belper throw coming, but before that, James Morris, the man who started the scoring for the Steels today, he will be heading off. And here comes the debut of Miguel Vassal. This is a striker who has played football in Portugal and in the Netherlands. And he's most recently been at Guiseley, also had a dual registration deal with Albion Sports. So very used to playing in West Yorkshire. He makes his debut now for the Steels. And the thing that everyone's been picking up, but it's not technically true, he went to a training school with FC Porto, was not contracted to FC Porto, was not part of their academy, so let's just get that one away. But it is the Portuguese forward, does make his debut here today. The Steels knocking the ball along, but Balsao chased down. He looks like he's got a bit of pace on him, this lad, from that initial burst. So that's something to keep an eye on in the last few minutes. The comeback is on at Ingfield. Cleethorpes have one back against Ossett. It's 4-1 there. Callum Foster, the former Lincoln City defender, has scored. Ball from thrown forward, but then Stockbridge head away, and Butterworth with a high foot is going to get it forward, and it's going to be, I think the offside is what's being given there. It will be a free kick to Belper. 88 minutes gone. We are closing in on a victory for Stocksbridge, and what a performance it has been. Ball goes long here, headed away by Owen, but then returned long over the top, and then it's going to be an awkward one for Owen to judge, and it's quite fall friendly to Rawson, but Townsend just out the area is able to tackle it and clear it away. Belper's awkward header falls to Butterworth in some space, but he does lose it there, but then it just goes back to Tinker, takes the touch, and he's going to send it long. He's looking for Dorman, but Rhodes headed back into defence and then headed into midfield. Whitehead takes his time, knocks it forward, but been read by O'Connor. O'Connor takes his time, gets it to Charles on the right-hand side. Back to O'Connor. Taking his moments before it's back now with Charlesworth, knocks it forward. And then it's going to be read and back with Charlesworth, who's putting the ball into the box. Over the top of that, Sal, but then collected by Preston. Quickly out to August. Takes the touch, goes forward with it. Trying to get down on the right wing. Holds it up. Trying to move in. Trying to get it on his left, but in the end has to give it back to Whitehead. Deep in his half. Switching it. Headed into the box by Rawson. No one's there for it. Townsend will happily dribble it to the opposite end of the box. And then picks it up. He's a canny keeper, our Townsend, isn't he? Ball from Townsend is going to go forward. It's not a great one, though, from Townsend. And actually, I think it might be bad with Ian Richards because it was going right for his face. And then Rhodes, who was trying to take about 8 yards, is told, no, you can't do that. And then he does it again. but gets away with it on this occasion. We can let him have it. As Tinker clears it away, Valsau will chase, but it's back with Preston, who will slice it out of play. And there it goes, off the roof. So you're going to see added time on. It's going to be quite a bit, 'cause I think there's been quite a few stoppages in this game, so I say quite a bit. I think, is that 3 minutes? Only 3 minutes. I think that's a bit low, that. As the ball thrown in. And Butterworth has just had an elbow in the face, I think from Ben Rhodes, but not spotted. And then Rhodes has a little trip that will be given on Rhodes. Ben Rhodes is a very lucky man. And O'Connor is going to get a second yellow. I don't even know what that one's for. O'Connor has just been given a second yellow card and sent off. We've just seen Ben Rhodes with an elbow to the face of Ashley Butterworth, but O'Connor just been sent off. The Steels will spend the last few minutes with 10 men. I don't know. O'Connor wasn't the one who fouled, even if you're giving it for that. Was he kicking the ball away? So it's been a kick of the ball away. That's been the yellow card for. Oh, well, and he's been given his second yellow. So O'Connor sent off, and now will miss next Saturday's trip to Heaton Stannington. And just also Tom Charlesworth, actually, we've just been told, because he got yellow early, that's his 5th yellow in the league. He will miss next Saturday's game against Heaton Stannington. So, throw it into the middle now to Austin, to the left. Stocksbridge down to 10 men, but only have 3 minutes to sustain 3 goals with it, so I think we should be okay. Tom Corner has got one back for North Ferriby. They're now 3-1 down. And Brandon Holdsworth have just scored for Consett. They're 1-0 up against Grimsby Borough. Ball goes forward, headed down, but August misses it. And then out to Dolman, and Dolman has space to move into. Rhodes is trying to chase him down. Dolman down the left. He's trying to get around the outside of Broadhead, but Broadhead just read it really well, and Broadhead will turn. Played off Dolman. He will go out for a goal kick. 92 minutes gone in this game. Dunstan have won 2-0 against Garther. Now it's back with the keeper, Preston. Sends it long, and then Rhodes heads it back into the path of Whitehead, who sends it towards left-hand side for Aguas to try and do. Charles looks to read it, and he will clear it away. Out for a throw-in. We've entered the 93rd minute, so very little time left here. Stop laughing at Lampard. They've equalised in the 89th minute. Torp has scored. All the way back now to the keeper, to Preston. Sending it long. Headed on by Rhodes, but Owen will head it back out into the middle it goes, and Tink will try to read it, but now out to the right to August, who will move in on the inside. He's looking to get it on his left. He's evaded one tackle, but then Butterworth comes in with a good tackle. Goes back to Austin. Now to Rhodes, who is going to have a battle and lose that battle with Darwin. And now Butterworth comes forward with it. Butterworth is running into space, and now he's got some space. He finds Hernandez on the left. The offside flag is up on Hernandez, and I think he was right. Close decision anyway. Hernandez should have really held his line a lot better. So we've entered the 94th minute here, so we should get the final whistle any time now. Here comes the ball forward from Preston. Headed on into the box, edge of the area. Aguas turns, he's having to go out wide. Then back to Keenan, puts the ball into the box, head away by Owen. Then the shot comes in, but he's blocked. Whitehead shot, not a very good one, and then Charles clears it out. Goes back now to Evans, who gets it to Keenan on the left, sends it forward, goes all the way to Burrows, now back to the left-hand side. Ball going in, and that is going to be Townsend's ball to claim. 10-man Stocksbridge holding on to this 3-0 lead. I wouldn't want to be this Belper team going into Lee Attenborough's dressing room after this. It'll be a rough one for them. Ball going long. It might bounce for Hernandez. Vessel's going to battle for it. Away from him. Hernandez trying to get in with it. Balsal's still fighting for it. Balsal's going to come away with it. He goes down under a trip, but nothing is given, and it's cleared out to Aguas, who returns it to Keenan. Takes the touch, holding time, and we're in the 95th minute here now of what was 3 minutes added time. I think it's fair enough time added on 5 minutes, but then, and here comes Broadhead going forward. Now to Rhodes. Rhodes will put it into the middle. Hernandez got a bit, Valsalmin got a bit of a touch onto it, but still with Belper. Ball not long. Headed on and beyond Rawson it goes. Charlesworth will take his time before slicing a clearance forward. And it goes back to the left back Keenan, who's been held up. Back it goes into defence. I've got a do to get to after this. If the referee could actually full time at some point, as Rhodes looks for August. Tinker will hold him up, tries to get on the outside, and then back now to Rhodes, who will be stopped by the side trying to Butterworth, but the free kick is given for it. 96 minutes have gone. 6 minutes of 3 added minutes on has been given. Here, and now a free kick.
96 minutes, man!
Maybe we'll... So a chance for Belper to get a consolation from this free kick. Keenan will take it. Here comes the free kick looking for the far post. Headed into the 6-yard area before it's cleared away. And finally, full time has come. Don't let the shenanigans at the end distract. This has been a brilliant performance from Stocksbridge Park Steels. James Morris got us underway in the first half. James Morris with a brilliant finish. Then the second half got off as well as it could have. Jack Dolman scoring with a volley from close range, and then from the counter-attack, Tommy Marshall swept up after an initial save from Kieran Preston. The Steels win 3-0 and move back to 5th place in the league. Thank you very much to everyone who has been listening today. I am very grateful for this, for all of you who listen. And now, how many of you find it on the YouTube page when the link doesn't really get out there sometimes? Thank you very much for listening. Thank you and good night from me, Adam Allcroft here. 3-0 to the Steels. What a performance. We'll see you at Heaton Stannington next Saturday. Good night.
Very good.
I had to go on a bit longer so we can get the photo.
We didn't drift away too